Now attend charges of race baiting by the Shelby County Democratic Party. It started with complaints about the single early voting precinct opening at the Agri Center. Democrats asked for, but were denied, a request that all 26 early voting sites open at the same time. So late last week, a compromise for two locations, one in Germantown, the other in Whitehaven. Then, this past weekend, came a Facebook post by the Democrats Party Chairman Corey Strong, who's with us to talk one-on-one tonight. Corey, we screen grabbed the post. I'm going to read it, all of it for everyone to see at the same time. You said, no matter what the Election Commission has done, the Democratic ticket needs 15,000 plus non-August Democrats to show up and moderate suburban Dems to not cross over and vote for the demonstrably racist, homophobic, unethical, and unqualified Republican nominees. There is no press release, lawsuit, or other protest that will get those voters to the poll. If you aren't identifying your share of that 15,000 to get to the polls, then start now. Now, we can no longer find that post. Have you taken it down?
Actually, Facebook took it down. I think someone reported it, and so they're in the process of reviewing that right now.
So, you know, I understand wanting to turn out the vote. I get healthy, even angry, back and forth sometimes. All the rhetoric in the world is fair game before an election. But people with both parties have said painting all GOP nominees as racist, homophobic, unethical, and unqualified crossed a line. So why'd you say it?
So I think it's actually a surprise to me that people were so up at arms. And I think the reason is that if one person on your ticket expresses these views, and you as a party and you as an organization don't take the responsibility to censure that person, to bring that person in line, or to refute the things that they've said and make sure that you don't stand for those same things, then that counts for everybody, right? And so if one of your candidates at the top of the ticket says, hey, I think it's great for 52% of the citizens in this county to walk up to a statue of a Confederate general and the founder of the Ku Klux Klan, then all of you are saying that. And I don't think that's actually a controversial statement. And I think there's a lot of people in this county who look like me who are glad to see that go and want a Republican Party that pushes back against that type of ideology and that type of thought.
So when we asked you about it over the weekend, you said you were speaking about some of the people. And as you said tonight, even one racist is too many. So who were you referring to exactly, though?
So generally speaking, what I was referring to was the comment that was made during the Republican primary. There was a conversation that occurred between the candidates about the $250,000 that was taken from the city of Memphis as punishment for the removal of the statues. And the comment was made uniformly by those candidates, including the top of the ticket mayoral candidate David Lenore, that they supported that. And so in supporting that, you're basically saying that you support that statue remaining. And in my estimation, the kids on the football team that he coached and the children that he had in that commercial, and he couldn't go to those communities and those parents and those schools and tell them, hey, let's go celebrate this Confederate general. Let's celebrate the person that started this vile organization. And so I'd ask him, the chairman of the Republican Party, and all the Republicans on the ticket to renounce that type of behavior.
There were lots of African Americans, Ken Whalum, former Memphis Mayor Billy Harrington, who were against removing of the statues. They did not think it was necessary.
And I don't think that...
You're labeling David Lenore in one way that doesn't seem fair when you have other African Americans who felt the same way as David Lenore.
And I think that's fair, but what I would say is to pick a few people to say that, hey, this one person or this one person, they don't represent the whole. I think the national media attention that we got, I think in addition to that, the number of other cities that did this without cause célèbre and without a lot of attention to it, that just said, we're going to do this because it's the right thing to do, demonstrates that it's pretty uniform in 2018. That's not a good representation of our country. Okay, well, I'm not sure where homophobic and unethical and qualified all works into here, but we appreciate you being here tonight, and hopefully we'll have you back, okay? Most definitely. Thanks. I appreciate it. Thanks, Corey.